So something else that Rhaenyra Targaryen is blamed for, that wasn't her fault. Spoilers for Fire and Blood and possibly future episodes of House of the Dragon. You have been warned. The Greens empty the treasury in King's Landing at the behest of Tywin Lannister. We've seen him in his role as Master of Ships, arranging an alliance with the Triarchy. We're going to see that come to a head in the very first episode, Battle of the Gullet. But then they change Tywin to Master of Coin, and he takes the gold that is in King's Landing. He sends some to the Westerlands, to Casterly Rock, some to the Iron Bank of Bravos, and some to Old Town, the home of House Hightower. What was left over, the Greens put to good use in the war. They used these funds to pay people, to get people to switch to their side. If you need to pay money to get people to fight for you, mercenaries, sell swords, the money's there. The vaults in King's Landing go from being overflowing with gold to being virtually empty. This was a genius strategic move by Tywin. It puts the Greens in charge of the money. You've got the money, you can control the outcome of this war. It also ensured that Tywin was kept in favour because a lot of the Crown's money was stored at Casterly Rock, and it was his brother, Lord Jason Lannister. He's the Lord of Casterly Rock. But more than that, if King's Landing falls to Rhaenyra, she's going to arrive to a city that is potless, and she's going to desperately need gold to win this war. King's Landing does fall to Rhaenyra, and she is shocked, like, they've taken all the money. How is she going to pay for soldiers? How is she going to replace weaponry? How is she going to feed the army in the field? It's all meant to come from the Crown's coffers, and that money's gone. So Rhaenyra is forced to order her Master of Coin, Lord Celtigar, to raise the taxes in King's Landing to replace the missing gold. Things were already getting pretty tough in King's Landing at this point. During a time of war, basic services break down. You're not getting as much food into the capital. People are frightened. People think the war is going to come to their doorsteps. What the Greens did in emptying the treasury, it turned the people of King's Landing against Rhaenyra when she was forced to replenish that money. And I see a lot of people say, well, she was bad because she did raise taxes and she didn't have to. To that I say, be serious. Is she meant to just go, oh, my bad, I give in, I quit. What was I thinking? Now, if I was one of the small folk, I would be annoyed at these rich people playing the Game of Thrones with our lives. It's a tale as old as time. Everyone gets dragged into this. When things go bad and they are suffering, you're going to want to blame someone. And Rhaenyra, she is there. Aegon is nowhere to be seen. So they direct their rage at Rhaenyra. But it was the Greens who did this. That's just a fact. Now, is all fair in love and war? I don't know. Whenever I see people criticise Rhaenyra, one of the first things I see is she raised the taxes. But there's less focus on the why she did this. She didn't do it on a whim. She wasn't like, oh, I'm greedy and I want more money for me. It was a desperate move to try and gain advantage and to win this war. Because the way Rhaenyra sees it is, I've already lost so many people. I can't let their deaths be in vain. I've got to succeed. We cannot give up. And this scheme, it backs her into a corner. It works. People turn on her. They resent her. And the stage is set for King's Landing to erupt. And it does. Big time.